Okay, we are not gonna bleed Elo this time. Is what I tell myself. I think there's still a very good chance that we bleed Elo. Should I? I'm gonna mix it up and play a little bit of Sicilian. I'm playing a lot of Karo Khan lately. I know a decent amount of some Sicilian theory. Okay, so I guess we're gonna play the Smith Mora. I usually play c3 in this position. It's just a weird move. Okay. We can play knight c6. I think is probably a fine move. Or like e5 does not work. Knight c6. D5 also comes to mind. D5 takes. D5 queen takes. Takes. Ah. Let's just keep it simple. I don't wanna reinvent the wheel here. We're kind of going back to some pretty familiar territory, just with a move order difference. Let's see. Knight takes d4 is what comes to mind. Oh man, I'm sleepy. Okay. Knight f6 also comes to mind. Yeah, let's just then takes, and then e5 is a bit annoying. We could play some sort of like dragon. We could play some Sveshnikov or Taimanov. I mean, Taimanov usually goes like here. I like to play these kinds of boring Sicilians. I should really review my theory here, because I'm just so used to playing like a Najdorf. Najdorfs are like, they're pretty. I like playing those as black. They're pretty interesting setups where you just get a bit of a dynamic game where you could have both sides have attacking chances, much more so than that's what I'm looking for. The Accelerated Dragon does. The Accelerated Dragon is just a sad system sometimes. So there's this. C3, I feel like I'm pretty happy. Knight here, I'm also not too upset. C3 for sure is good, because that knight, yeah, that knight really wants to be on. Okay, I'm thinking. We're going to reroute this bishop back this way. I think that in the long term this will be better placed than it would have been anywhere else. This doesn't threaten me. I want to play d6 to play knight f6. Knight f6 is still a threat. I guess not so much anymore. Because if takes here, e5, there's knight d5. Although, was that there the whole time? Am I just being ridiculous? If I play it here, we could go, yeah. It's almost always b takes. Yeah, and this just doesn't do a whole lot. This pawn is pinned. Hitting this bishop's good. Could take it, and then play like that, and then queen d2. Just feels like a good way to start. How badly do I want that bishop? How badly am I just like... I mean, it is kind of locked out. I mean, there's not like a whole lot of useful spots for the bishop. I'm just going to castle. I like my knight right now. Yeah, this is like going down the path of what we want, I think. This bishop doesn't belong on this diagonal anyway. And this queenside expansion is interesting. I don't know if it works. Okay, well he's threatening to play this, which doesn't actually win the bishop because it just goes back. But yeah, there's an interesting way, a few different ways to gain an initiative here. If that happens, we can play Queen G5, hitting both. I kind of like that. I don't really want to let this bishop come to life. Yeah, we'll play this. I don't really see the best way to defend both pawns. He doesn't defend this pawn. Wow. Okay. This is a step in the right direction, I think. This bishop doesn't really belong on. I guess it may. It could take. If this takes. I don't know if I want that. You play c5, takes, and then this bishop comes to life. I kind of like that. Here, knight here. I wonder if this is ever a problem. Here, knight here. Takes, check. I think is okay. Because I don't think this knight landing here ever does. Or, gosh, here doesn't land any sort of like useful. Okay, I missed the intermezzo. Yeah, good move. Let's try. Ah, this just feels so bad. I don't like it. Queen c7. Yeah. Let's just do this. So the knight is hit. If it goes here, we probably just play Queen e5 and let it come. Yeah. Queen e5 is fine. I don't see anything particularly wrong with it. Just eyeing this pawn. Pretty reasonable position. Don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I want to get this pawn to d5 and this bishop to b7. I guess bishop b7 first, maybe, just so we get the tempo winning on the rook. And then we'll have all sorts of like pressure to. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of that. I can take, and if takes, can take this just immediately, and just say we're winning another pawn. Not the biggest fan in the. You know what? The more I look at it, the more I like it. This is never a threat. Yeah, we'll do that. We're up 2 pawns. And now, I guess we could take with the rook. It's more active. No. Let's just play it safe. Rook here. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. That was kind of a bad move. Rook c7. We need a plan. I guess a good starting point is to just activate our pieces. Yeah, rook e8. You know what? Rook h3 is 1,000,000% coming. Just putting this mate threat. I don't like that I gave up that d7 pawn. But I mean, I think we're still better. I'm a little bit concerned that we only have 240 on the clock. But I mean, this pawn's weak. This pawn's weak. I mean, this pawn's weak too, but, you know. We're up a pawn. We have the connected rooks. Yeah, reasonable expectation. You know, in some lower level games, you do win games like that, where like I've lost games before that are just like trying to set up, or you set up a mate threat like that, and I continue in my plan and play like queen c3 or something, and you lose the game because you blundered mate. This forces a queen trade, I think. I guess like you could go back, but it doesn't feel. I guess it doesn't force it, but it's kind of pushing for it. Okay. Yeah, just put the rook behind the pawn. It's the first thing that comes to mind. We're gonna try to sneak around, activate our king. Here, where are you going? Here? Then, wait, I blundered a pawn. Oh my god. Yeah, the thing is you just can't get any closer. I mean, you could trade. My king gets to d6 and I could... Okay, that's a bad move, right? Just loses the rook. Yeah, that's tactics. Just an in-between move playing rook d5 is... All this game is going to be decided on. Wow. Unless I lose on time, of course, which is a real possibility. Just be solid. Don't blunder anything. Here comes e5. I'm probably just going to play... Okay, yeah, we're just going to have to play okay moves fast. Rook here. Dang, wait. What's happening? Yeah, we're going to do this. The thing is, we have this escape. Man, I have just not been playing cleanly lately, but I've had to really start thinking. Okay, that's a good sign. He doesn't see a way through. I love that. Wait, don't blunder anything. Let's just do this. I don't know. I need to find a way to, like... Okay. Beautiful. Holy smokes, man. I cannot believe that it came down to that one technical sequence. And that's just mate. You can actually pre-move this. Wow! Holy cow, what a game. Let's review that. I don't want to see how many blunders I had. No blunders? That's a surprise. Okay. This was a blunder. All right, so let's go over this game really quickly. We have some sort of weird Sicilian transposition. I want to know. You can play knight f6 here. You can play knight d5. Okay, well, you know, knight f6 and e6 are the two most popular moves. So g6 is also something. Yeah, I mean, it's all fine. It's just not... Yeah, this was... you know, I don't know. I had a hard time justifying it bringing it all the way back, but... Because my thought was that it just gets its way back into the game eventually. Yeah, so the key idea is that you can play knight f6 because it just defends, or you can just land your knight on d5. Is like in most of these types of structures after you play c3, or even before, right? Like if you play knight f6 here, I was worried about like f or e5s, but you can always play. Or here it's not even defended. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Nothing that's really crucial that's making too big of a mistake. Yeah, okay, it just wants me to grab the bishop immediately. Yeah, so now grabbing the bishop's good. Queen g5 is bad. c5 is better. Okay, well, we're doing magnificently here. c5 we ended up playing. Yeah, I thought about playing this. I didn't like this too much. I guess the opening up of the c-pawn makes this bishop kind of a killer. Link bishop back, and you know, things are looking good for your boys. Queen c7 is a mistake. What do we play instead? Queen h5, because you need to get rid of this. Nope. Queen b8. That's so like. Tell me why I need to play that. Because of knight b5. Wow. That's insane. Yeah. You know what? Fair enough. I missed it. And all of a sudden, all of our advantage is gone. Like we were -3 here. Just from the opening up of this, and playing queen b8 is just not happening, man. Not happening. But yeah, so this was bad. He doesn't punish it correctly, but we end up getting into a worse position because of that being a bad move. We're just taking all the pieces everywhere. Yeah, rook takes is better. What do I know? I'm just a measly mortal. Yep, we're still better. We're up a pawn. Queen c3 is inaccurate, but we're still... Yeah, wait, this was just so passive. What do we play instead? No. Oh yeah, just trade the rooks. That makes way more sense. Silly, silly, silly stuff. And that's a blunder. This is a miss. Because you could just go for this pawn. Yeah, good point. Great point. Man, I don't even know what is happening here. Yeah, and then that blunder happened, and then, you know, I missed mate in one, but not my best game in the world. I have to think of a clickbaity title to use. Yeah, thanks for watching. This was a pretty forgettable game of chess, but with every lesson, or with every game, comes some sort of lesson. I guess my biggest one would be you know, I don't really know. Maybe playing mate in one when you have it. Good point. Maybe it would be not giving up your pawn advantage back and just going into a drawn position. Maybe it would be activate your pieces instead of taking with your active queen. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff to take away. Pretty average game. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.